It's Week 8 of the National Football League. And we've got J.C. Jackson, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Monarchs and the Buccaneers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the London Monarchs. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
Yeah, 3-3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Got to get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
First play, Bridgewater looking to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for Evans a week ago. 6 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, and Next Gen Stats says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
On the ball, now.
Willis looking to throw on 1st down. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice game to bring up a new set of downs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, 10th overall. And the Monarchs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side and then take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater, he'll set up the screen to Fournette. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Bridgewater now. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now a first carry here for Robinson. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Jones is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Monarchs go up by 2 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Fournette on the counter. And some room to work. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now this throw caught left side.
And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 56 yards. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bucs have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 13-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race. But how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Bridgewater.
Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 2.
Here's Bridgewater.
Throw left side complete to Troutman.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
And it takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play. And then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off. And he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Willis. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but Boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do was trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Yeah, started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Up the gun, Fournette. And there he goes, left side. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Herbert now.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. John Ross, 48 yards.
And the Monarchs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 27, Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete.
Adam Troutman, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Open man has got it. It's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
London about set to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. Room here to run. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Willis. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Welcome back now here in London. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
3rd down, it's Willis.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Things started a little slow for him as a runner, but he has really found a different gear here in this second half. He's been more aggressive, challenging the defense when he sees an opportunity, and now he has a 100-yard game to show for it.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll try again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Monarchs have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And
beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
To throw on second and 10, Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin,
78 yards.
and the Buccaneers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point try now for Patterson.
And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. London about set to take over on offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On second and 12, Willis. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And this is taken in at the 5.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there. 57 yards.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Now Willis to throw.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
They'll try to run this one in.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their...
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Monarchs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend it.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First down, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Christian Harris in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Bridgewater. Going to throw right side here. Complete. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 93 yards. And the Bucs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Bridgewater to throw. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So now Las Vegas down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Throwing, Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Willis. And that's caught by Williams.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Willis to throw.
On the move to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Monarchs have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Gay is on for the point after. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Now all the focus shifts over to the Bucs, trailing by a field goal. Exactly 1 minute remaining. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. steps away to his left.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Bridgewater. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Finding space at the 40. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Bridgewater.
Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and 7.
He'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Inside handoff down to Fournette.
And they're knocking on the door now, as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick.
This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember,
he's got a man complete. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the home team here,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.